Because of WinWing, we're now bordering on full home sim Airbus setup. Today we're going to be looking at the 32 AGP metal and the 32 EChem for the Airbus components we have. WinWing did send me these products for review, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. And you also need to know about how to get these mounted and set up. It's not going to be as straightforward as you think. But without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the unboxing and what comes in the box with this thing. So my Airbus setup just got a massive upgrade from WinWing, and we got two products we're going to look at today. It's going to be the WinWing 32 AGP metal and the 32 EChem panel. That's what we're looking at in these boxes. And we're going to get to the meat of the product, and you are getting to look at this along with me for the very first time. This is the AGP panel right here, or I'm going to call it the gear panel, but it's a lot more than gear. Got the landing gear status lights, got the auto brake buttons. Ooh, those press nice. And then the max light here. And then you have the anti-skid nose wheel steering disconnect. And that right there is lift. You can't move it. You have to lift it out to get it over the detent to activate. So yeah, there's no pushing that. It has to be lifted over and up. You also have the terrain on ND button on this side, and you have your chrono, which there's so many operations going on with the chrono and the time, and UTC, and so forth. Chrono reset knobs feel good. Then you have your date set here, and that is a push button as well. It's got these slots for the rail for mounting, and then the back you have your USB 3.0 and your status light. And then it comes with the USB cable. But this is absolutely brilliant. It's very light. It's actually not heavy at all. Also in the box, we're going to have our gear handle. And here is our gear handle. And so we have the gear handle, of course, up and down, and you cannot move it at all. It won't come down. You're going to have to pull select, and it locks into place. You can't accidentally push it up or down. Doesn't work. Yeah, no amount of force is going to move that. Inside of it is all metal, so no plastic parts to wear out. That looks very, very nice right there. All metal internals on it, so you do have to pull it up and select it. Oh, that feels good. That actually feels good. Up and down. No idea if this feels like the real plane or not, but just grab, pull out, over the detent and in. Good to go. And then this, of course, is going to be connected to this panel right here. That's where it gets plugged into. Now there's going to be many options to set this up. We could set it to the right side of it, the left side of it, and we'll figure out exactly how we're going to mount this in our cockpit. So that is the gear handle. And of course the regular WinWing box comes with a bunch of different features. USB ports, tools, the actual bracket for the gear handle if you need it. So the gear handle will slot in here. So depending on how you want to set up your cockpit, you have the panel that goes where the slot is for the gear. We'll set that there. Also comes with plenty of mounting hardware for the metal aluminum bracket system that they have. We'll take a look at the setup of this here and see how you put it in place. But also have more brackets. We'll see what these brackets do and how you can use it. But I love the versatility that WinWing is going in, how you can set everything up. In the box itself, there are more brackets here. Standard desk brackets plus your aluminum extrusion. And that's how you can fit this on a desk or on a pedestal or something. But it comes with the brackets, and it also comes with, you've seen these stands before for the FMC and the autopilot and so forth. So WinWing is giving you everything in the kit that you need to have this set up. Let's go look at the second box here. So here is our EChem panel. And as we unbox, let's take a look and see what we got. Oh my word. And as we take it out the packaging, you could see the ECAM that we've been looking at forever in the simulator. And it was just button presses with your mouse. Now we have to physically press the button for the takeoff config, engine, bleed, pressurization, electric, hydraulic, fuel, APU, air conditioning, door, and the wheel, flight controls, all clear, recall, system status page. Wow. And you have the emergency button here. Let's go ahead, lift, and got the emergency cancellation button. Wow. So that is pretty cool. They have that cover there. It's really nice. And the button clicks. And then in that box, you have additional feet pad things, rubber. You have tools. You have more hardware to set it up on the aluminum extrusion, and you also have the USB 3.0, which gives you the flat curve so you can mount it, and then you get, of course, a screwdriver with that, of course, WinWing. On the back of this panel, you have your regular USB 3.0, and then your wire relief support there, and then your bracket extrusion to mounting on the hardware. We're gonna go look in the sim and see how we're gonna set this up. Alright, so here we are in the sim, and we have that blank space down here that we can put the ECAM, and we also have a space here where we're going to be putting the gear up handle, and we have the Phoenix fired up here, so it goes right below the throttle quadrant. That's where that goes, and then the gear handle goes below the clock and below the nose wheel steering and anti-skid and so forth. So we're going to be doing something like that. If we grab the ECAM is going to go down here like that. That's where we're going to put the ECAM. There's going to be another switch panel here for lighting, but the ECAM just adds to the current WinWing setup that we have. We're going to have to punch holes in that to have that done. We also need to add the clock panel there to complete that look, and then below that we're going to have the gear handle. So we now have the gear handle installed, and installed upright, attached at the back to my center pedestal. Now there is a desk mount to get this on your desk if you need to have it on your desk and you don't have a center pedestal. It's got rails at the back, and you can place the gear lever at the side, the left or right, or anywhere you want to. Also, the chrono does work, the clock does work, everything works right out the box with the SimApp Pro software. Now let's get to mounting this ECAM in the center pedestal. I didn't want to have to take the pedestal apart completely in my garage just to get this done, so I did do some marking and some cutting right where it stood. I had to remove the CDU to get that done properly, and of course broke out the vacuum and vacuum up all the dust that I created trying to cut this thing out. But it took a while to be done. The hand of God did complain that there was a smell in the house of plywood being cut, but hey, we had to do what we had to do. But all in all, the measurement is pretty simple to do, and to get it seated in there and get it connected back up to the simulator itself and have it for testing. This also works perfectly with the SimApp Pro software without any kind of calibration necessary or any kind of button assignments necessary. It just worked perfectly in the sim. It's fitting here. This brings me to a point. What you need to know about WinWing going forward with all these components, at some point you are going to run out of room if you just have a desktop. You might want to consider making some kind of center pedestal, one way or the other, to get all this hardware that's coming down the line for Airbus to be able to be fitted properly and sit properly in the sim. It's not all user-friendly plug and play when you start to add these extra components. For instance, the ECAM does not attach to the throttle directly. It sits off to the side. It has its own mounting system that's going to be attached to the gear handle to sit on your desk. The little things like that you have to take into consideration when you're buying these equipment for your sim, is where am I going to put all this stuff, because it's going to get to a point where you literally just does not have enough room to have everything set up. But luckily enough for me, I had the space and I had the wherewithal to build a center pedestal to get all the equipment mounted and also knowing what was on the way and what was about to come down based on all that WinWing has showed us. So if there's any complaints, is that this is not all going to be able to lock together like a little puzzle and fit everything neatly. You're going to have to decide, do I want to go desktop only? Do I need a center pedestal? What do I need to do to get the sim to work? But all in all, the installation came out beautifully right here and looks really good with my overhead panel, all the WinWing gear, the Moza side stick, and the tiller system is coming together nicely. Let's talk about price. How much is this going to cost you? From the global shipping site, the cost of the WinWing 32 AGP metal is going to be $116.34. And for the ECAM 32, that's going to be $57.63. These are launch early bird prices. I'm not sure how long the early bird prices are going to last, but check out the WinWing website down below for more details about that. The WinWing Airbus cockpit setups are coming together nicely. There's a few more panels left to come. No idea when they're going to come out, but thanks for checking out this video. I appreciate you guys. Have a nice one. See you again.